Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
I like losing control. I get high when I'm feeling my flow. My mind is focused and I'm ready to go, ready to go. Nah, I like losing control. I get high when I'm feeling my flow. My mind is focused and I'm ready to go, ready to go. Nah, nah.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. but it's not like I need it. And you may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Hey guys, I'm Margie, I'm your host. Welcome to the 5th and last day of Open Doors Week.
Hello guys, I am Sedef. We are sorry that this week is going to finish. However, we hope that you gain some information from us.
Hi guys, my name is David and I want to welcome you to the final day. Well, I'm sure you've had fun all through the week and this day promises to also be as exciting as the other days. Today we are going to be talking about, what is it again?
Wait. School of Humanities, School of Educational Sciences, School of Natural Sciences and Health.
Yes, School of Humanities, School of Educational Sciences, School of Natural Sciences and Health. But before that, we are going to see a video about the dormitories. Roll the video.
Mina õpin Tallinna Ülikoolis sessioonõppes, mis tähendab, et mina pean üldiselt koolis olema keskmiselt 6 ajast umbes nädal aega. Ning muidu elan ma Ida-Virumaal, aga kui ma koolis olen, siis ma peatun Kohilas. Ja kuigi mulle Kohila väga meeldib, siis on siiski Tallinnast 40-minutilise rongisõidu kaugusel. Ja ma olen hakanud mõtlema, et võib-olla mingisugune parem viis, kus ma saaksin kooli ajal ööbida. Ning siis mul tuli meelde, et Tallinna Ülikoolil on ju olemas ühiselamud. Ühiselamuid on Tallinna Ülikoolil lausa 3 tükki ja tänases videos me vaatame neist 2. Nii et ega siis midagi, võtamegi suuna Räägu tänava ühiselamu poole. Milline see ühikaelu siin on ja kas sulle meeldib?
Mulle väga meeldib, et mul läheb juba 3. aasta siin elada ja ma olen ülirahul. Ma ei tahaks mitte kuskile mujale kolida. Siin on hästi rahulik. Ma ei ole mitte kunagi tundnud, et miski segaks mu õppimist. Ma olen siit leidnud inimesi, kellega ma siiamaani olen kontaktis, kellega ma võin ükskõik millest rääkida. Ja ma olen väga rahul.
Kui kaugel ühiselamu koolist on ja kuidas sa tavaliselt kooli ja ühika vahet liigud?
Ühiselamu on koolist bussiga umbes 15 minutit. Et lähengi tavaliselt hommikul niimoodi, et kuskil 2 minutit enne seda, kui buss läheb, siis torman uksest välja, lähen bussile ja jõuangi umbes niimoodi 20–25 minutiga kooli.
Kuidas siin ühiselamus hindadega on?
Hinnad on väga mõistlikud. Ma tunnen, et see ongi tudengile just hästi taskukohane, eriti kui jagada tuba.
Aitäh, et sa mind vastu võtsid.
Ja, palun.
Tšau! Nii olen siin ülikooli juures Maaremaja ees ja Karu tänava ühika suur pluss on see, et see on väga ligidal ülikoolile. Nii et ma võtan praegu aega ja vaatan, kui kaua mul läheb siit Maaremaja eest kõndimiseks aega. Ja olemegi õige maja juures, võttis kõigest 4 minutit. Käisin nüüd Karu tänava ühikas ka ära ja kohtusin seal ühe väga toreda välistudengiga nimega Maria ja tema rääkis siis mulle natukene täpsemalt, et kuidas elu on Karu ühikas. Tema ütles, et kõige suurem pluss ühikas elamise juures on just see, et see on niivõrd lähedal koolile ja ka kõik muu on väga siin vaid paari sammu kaugusel, näiteks trammipeatus või kaubanduskeskus, nii et kõik on selles suhtes väga lähedal. Muidugi on ka ühika hind taskukohane ja sul on seal kõik vajalik olemas, internet on olemas, on koht, kus pesu pesta, on duširuumid, kõik vajalik olemas, nii et temale väga meeldib. Ja ta ütles, et ta soovitab ühikas elamist kõigile, kellele meeldib tõesti inimestega koos elada. Ja Karu ühiselamus on siis 2 osa, üks on mõeldud Eesti tudengitele ja teine on välistudengitele. Ja sellega ongi minu ühikate ringkäik lõppenud, nii et kohtume teiega järgmises videos.
Hey David, you live at the dorms, right?
Yes, I do.
How is it?
It's basically a very chill place. If you're just coming into the country and you want to save some money when it comes to accommodation, then I think it's the best option.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm doing a planning like here of the dorm. You can help me.
Yeah,
we're gonna
I lived
build our own
also
dorm.
in a dorm on the first year that I came here. I think it was the best choice for me because when I came here, I didn't know anyone, and it was a bit hard for me to meet with people. Yeah. So dorm was the first place for me. It was really enjoyable, friendly, and I think it's a good idea to start with a dorm.
Are there like a lot of people from like different nationalities, and you meet other friends and stuff? How is it like the mood there?
I mean, it's pretty much everyone, from every country, every continent, basically all come together to stay in the dorm. And it's so basically you get, like she said, you get to meet quite a lot of people there. And also one beautiful thing about the dorm is also the proximity to school. So it's really, really close to the schools, literally behind the university. So
you don't have to wake up early. But that's saving a lot of energy. For example, now I'm living a bit far away from the school and I need to wake up earlier, and it takes a lot of energy.
Well, actually, I discovered that the closer I live to the school, the later I wake up. Because I'm like I just need, 5 minutes to get to the school and then I'm always late.
Yeah, I'm gonna go anyway.
How much is like the price of the room?
So basically, I think they have about 2 types of rooms. The very first one is a smaller room. It costs about 170. And the second one which is much more bigger. It costs about, I think, 190 to 195 euros per month.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's cheaper because I live in an apartment. I share an apartment with other friends. And yes, I think for an apartment you pay like between 200 and 300 rent.
Without utility.
Without utilities.
So this includes your utility, includes everything. Yeah. I think even we have cleaning ladies that come to clean, and there's also
really one thing.
Yes.
No,
you don't have to clean. I mean, of course, you need to deal with your own cleaning for your personal stuff. Speaking of personal stuff, by the way, even though you're using the kitchen commonly, there are some places for you that, for example, in this wardrobe, it's mine. I put my name with a sticker, and all of my stuff is in there, and nobody can touch it. Privacy is also one thing in the dorm.
Yeah, very true. Margie, how is your building going?
Yeah, so like I wanted to show you, I have actually a plan here because these are like 2 rooms. How many rooms are there like in a flat?
Okay, for my own part, because we are on the 3rd floor, we only have 2 rooms.
Okay, so this is perfect because like my plan was like you enter from here, okay, and then here you have a little like hallway thing, and then you go to your room, where you live with that you share with another person, right? Yes. Okay, so here we put a kind of a little door.
This is another room, right?
Yeah. So this is a room, this is a room.
And then we should have a kitchen.
And this is the kitchen, as you can see, because I put like here you can cut your vegetables.
This is detailed,
This is the cupboard when you have everything. I should put a sink.
Sink, okay.
Yeah, then it's gonna be kind of around here, the fridge that we should put more or less here. So is it actually...
By the way,
it's a little bit tied off, but I think you
what would you add here? Because I didn't. I'm the only person. The laundry.
Yeah, but laundry is
the
not
laundry is
another
outside.
room.
It's actually outside.
Outside, but you still have an access to laundry. That's also
so we're gonna put it here. Let's say. You talk about the laundry, I'm building it.
Yeah, actually, laundry was one of the most enjoyable things inside or outside of the dorm because I didn't want to leave my stuff over there, so I was waiting until the laundry finish, also the drying thing. And then I was reading books over there, people were coming and going, and then I was having some chit-chat with them. It was a different thing over there. I used to like it a lot.
If you would like to meet quite a lot of people, then the laundry is the place, because that's like where everyone has dirty clothes, so we tend to meet in.
And I really like to live in a dorm because you are sharing a common environment, and it feels like, I don't know, warm inside, because everybody's. I was thinking this thing on my first year, that I was looking around and everybody was international, you know. Oh, this guy will go home and make laundry, or maybe he will cook. So we are in the same ship, and seeing that all the time is very valuable.
Yeah, I mean, we tend to value this companionship, like meeting people and stuff, you know, when you're in the dormitory, because when you move out, you know, you find out that you don't really have this much of a social environment. But here in the dormitory, you know, you have flatmates who you can talk to after a long day at school. And,
of course. Like, I also have flatmates, of course. But I would say, the most important thing when you come here to Tallinn and like you're searching for a house is like to share it. Because I mean, we all want our personal space, and that's why you have your room. But then, like, it's very important to have people, to have students you can talk with, about, you know, also the good things about studying university, but also, I don't know, during the exam session, like, I feel like it's the moment where I need other people the most, because we're all, of course, stressed and worried about stuff, and so, like, you get to talk with someone, and you share the same experience, and even if you study different things, that you get to learn something else, and that's like super important.
I mean, we are sharing the life experience. We don't have to share the same subject in the school, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. So how is my laundry? That's the laundry. I can explain it to you. So this is, so here you have imagined there are stairs, because I think the laundry is at the like ground floor.
No, it's on the top floor.
Top floor.
Are you kidding me?
Anyway.
Okay, so we're gonna do stairs that go up. Can you take one? Thank you. I feel like I should have studied design. So, we go to the top floor. Here we enter in the laundry. Here you have like the laundry machine, the dryers, right?
Yes.
And here there's Sedaf sitting, reading books. And that's why we're gonna put Sedaf sitting.
That's me, exactly.
I'm gonna choose this.
And that's Sedaf.
And this. Okay.
And that's me. Perfectly, that's me.
With a beard.
Cool. So this is Sedaf. Very cute. You also have a cat.
Oh my God!
You just told me you wanted a cat.
To.
So it's cool. Hello, Sedaf. So there is Sedaf waiting for friends, reading her books, waiting for the laundry to dry, and we have a friend coming over for you, which is Mr. Mannequin, that is entering to go to Sedaf and have a chit chat.
Oh.
So basically, these are the dorms. This is like my representation of the dorms. I'm very proud of it. Yeah, thank you. And now we'll see you in a minute for the challenge of the day.
Woo!
See you.
Okay, let's go there.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it looks like a very busy table.
Most enjoyable challenge, I believe. Breakfast, lunch.
Yeah, okay. Do we have the... Yeah, we don't have the thingy, right? Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, okay, it's the challenge time.
Oh, challenge number 5.
Last one.
Oh my God, fingers crossed.
Estonian food. Ready for it. Taste and guess. What do we have to guess? What's inside? I guess, yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
not name. Sorry.
David, you're starting.
Why do I have to start?
I think you should start from this. No, this is for Sedaf, right? Because there's the carrot.
Yeah.
So this is all yours. And this is also with the carrot.
Aren't they the same?
No, then probably they're different. This is yours, and this is David. David, you can try this.
Oh my God.
Okay.
But actually, I know what they are, because on my first year, when I was having an Estonian lesson, the teacher was, of course, an Estonian
This actually
woman.
looks like something from my place, but you make it with beans.
Okay,
So,
try it. What's
I don't know.
inside?
Do you like it?
I tried it before, and I didn't like it at all. But no, I wasn't.
I'm leaving you like taste stuff.
Okay.
What is
It's really good.
inside? Like ingredients.
I can taste carrot. I think there's some meat in it.
Which kind of meat?
Maybe pork.
I don't know. By the way, was this the first one? I think because now we can have the answer for the ingredients, right? Okay. So carrots, then
pork. I don't know this covering. I don't know what it is.
Gel.
it's jelly. Isn't this like broccoli?
Broccoli, I saw
No,
the
this
same.
looks like
That's
the
why I thought
spice. Is
maybe
that
it's
broccoli?
also vegetarian.
It
or
looks
vegan.
like. Yes.
I don't know. I didn't
But
like
then these things should be like, I think, black pepper.
pepper.
Yes.
But it's very local thing, as far as I know.
This is my first time trying it actually.
Seriously?
Yeah, is it good?
But what is it
Didn't
called?
you see something like that on the grocery?
I saw
shelf?
this.
I
I,
see it,
already
but
saw
I didn't-
this. Yeah,
That's with
okay, but
chicken.
let's find the ingredients about that one.
Okay. Süt, meat jelly or aspic, a soury gelatin or agar-agar when vegan.
What?
Agar-agar.
Agar-agar.
Dish made with a meat or vegetable stock set in a mold to encase other ingredients. These often include pieces of meat, seafood, or eggs, but can also be made with veggies and be completely vegan.
Vegan friendly.
I mean, it's very
Nice.
compact.
Doesn't this? Yeah.
You can have everything inside of one thing, but I don't like at all. It's called. I really like jelly things,
Yeah.
but it's
I don't
called
like jelly things. That's my problem.
okay.
Okay. Is this the second one? Yes.
It's the
same.
same.
Oh, it's the same. Oh, then I'm gonna
You
try it.
Try
Wasn't
it.
this the same?
Just try
This
it.
same. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
As I understand, it's all different versions of the same
This is
thing.
with
so
chicken.
Okay, but
Yeah.
this has no carrots, as I see.
No, it's chicken. Chicken only. How is
Do you like it?
It is nice. I mean,
Be honest.
I have to try better.
Okay, I'll try this version.
because I
Maybe
try
you should
like
try
a little
it. Try
bit.
this one. Try this one.
No,
Try
I
this
can't.
one. Just try it.
You guys.
Well, what kind of meat do we have in it, though?
Chicken.
Could it be just chicken?
Yeah.
Or
I think I became vegan. like
But
in
it's
these
the
3
same.
seconds.
You can have this one also,
Okay.
but it's the same taste.
No, I'm doing it.
just like, nah. I prefer this version.
It's something inside it. You don't like the feeling.
Like,
It's not bad. It is not bad. There's just like the jelly thing.
Yeah.
But the taste is good.
Yeah.
It actually tastes a lot like broth and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Good. That was good. Thank you. But I didn't
It's
understand
your
the
lunch
difference.
now. Then you can bring it back to
I was
stage.
kind of hungry actually.
but what is the difference
Okay.
between both of
What
them?
is the difference between these ones? This is just like with meat, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I don't see any. Yeah.
And this one, can you try this? No.
You want to try that one?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes,
it's
that's
the
what
same.
we have here.
Yeah, because now like.
Yes, too.
But I think
Yeah.
I like the vegan one better.
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
I
try
think
vegan.
no.
I'm
I
saying
have
no.
to say I like this. Okay.
By the way, I am
cold.
not a selective person. I usually eat and try everything, but no, it's heavy for me.
So it's
I'm
called.
sorry to that for you.
How do you pronounce the name?
Süt.
Süt.
Salt.
Salt.
We learned it the first day for the challenge. We learned the word salt.
Do we have water?
Yeah. Water is just after. Now you have to do this.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
Okay. I think it's this.
It's such a classic.
Yeah.
Estonian classic.
Oh yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
We can eat it.
Try it. Okay, I think we can eat it. Yeah, no, first the bowls.
The
Bowls. Okay.
Okay.
It's also classic.
This is
I
for
can
you.
finish that even. I thank you so
Okay.
much.
Oh my God.
So, okay.
When you want to get fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that kind of breakfast before I came here, so.
I'm going. It's
That's
like
nice.
I
oatmeal.
actually have this in my country.
You do,
Yeah.
but
we
wait.
call it.
Nice.
Oh my God, I've forgotten the name. But it tastes pretty much alike. I
But
think it's made from wheat or something.
yeah,
I think isn't it oats? But there's also some white thing.
there are different kinds of oats, and I think this is the very thin one.
Yeah, we noticed
they
that.
ma-
I don't know if you noticed.
They mix with yogurt.
Okay, I think I
Okay.
can actually finish this one.
Yeah.
No,
It's nice. And they usually eat on breakfast or, I don't know, in the middle
yeah,
of the
it is.
meals,
It is not
maybe.
bad, honestly. But I
want
have
to
to say,
eat.
I kind of
I
like
want to eat.
this. Like I'm still into this.
Into that
I think
one?
can I finish it later? I'm kidding.
I like this
Don't
one.
do that. Okay.
Alright.
Oh, we have the wait, but the ingredients. So it's like oats, yogurt.
Obviously. Some
Yogurt
fruit.
or milk?
Yogurt. I think this is yogurt, honestly.
It's more condensed.
What?
Condensed.
Condensed milk.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see it.
Come on. Huh?
Flour mixture.
You should read. I'm eating.
Okay. A mixture.
Roasted
You can
barley.
read.
Yeah, a mixture of roasted barley, right? Oats and pea flour.
Okay. Well, like we just forgot about every other ingredient, basically. Which is not oats.
Yeah, kama is usually mixed with buttermilk
Butter. What's buttermilk?
I know.
or kefir and sugar. Sometimes also with berries to make a dessert.
Dessert.
I thought it was a dessert, honestly.
No,
Yeah.
it seemed to me like more like a breakfast thingy, but okay.
I think the reason for the distinct taste is because the barley is roasted, so it has this very nice.
Yeah.
I like the taste; it's really good. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's almost the same thing. It has. It just gave me this, memory of this stuff we used to eat back home.
See?
Yeah.
You couldn't remember the name?
I can't remember the name, but I think I
Didn't you
would
prepare
start
for
getting
this?
I think I would start getting this. It's good.
Okay.
I learned something
Okay.
new today.
Yeah. So let's go to the
Moving on.
next one, I guess. Okay. Please.
Brown bread.
Yes,
And
it is
butter.
brown bread,
Or-
which is.
Okay.
Or is it?
It's bread.
So the bread is always
Estonia.
very good here. That's something I discovered in Estonia. Like bread here, it's nice.
Neither, you know.
Is this cheese?
Said that,
Is this
what do you
cheese or
eat?
butter?
Because it's again good, but I wouldn't eat it as normal bread
I think
next
it's
to
cheese.
my meal.
Really? I always do.
I don't eat brown bread.
I eat like
I
that.
love it. But
Really?
what's wrong with you guys?
It's good, it's good.
It is good, right? But is it butter or something else?
Butter
cheese.
with parsley inside or basilic. Basilic.
Basil. Wait,
That's good.
there is also something else.
Butter.
No,
And
it's
inside
butter.
of the it's flavored butter.
Yeah,
there are
but
lots
it's
of
not just
things.
basil.
It has some condiments in it.
Yeah, right? I don't know why it tastes vinegar. Am I like the only one?
No, I love vinegar.
Yeah, but do you taste it?
It has a strong taste.
Yeah.
Very nice. Cheese maybe also.
It is kind of cheesy.
It's actually cheese.
Blue cheesy.
I feel stop with
It's actually cheese. All
I
right,
think it's cheese then.
let's see what it is.
without butter. I think it's butter.
Muslab. Black.
Okay,
beer.
rye bread. A type of bread
Must
made with
lay.
various proportions of flour from rye grain. I think I read about. You know what? We had it in the Kahoot challenge.
Kahoot.
Yeah, in the Kahoot challenge, I think there was a questions about this. See, if they would have put the challenge before, then I would have won the Kahoot, but it didn't. It can be light or dark
That's
in
so
color, depending on the type of flour used, and is typically denser than bread made from wheat flour. It is higher in fiber than white bread and stronger in flavor. Best served with butter. So it was butter.
just butter, actually.
With
Yeah.
what? What kind of ingredients inside the butter? Huh?
Parsley.
Parsley.
You were right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
I'm
Like,
sensible.
I think it's mine.
Yeah. Okay. Did you try this before? Like this kind of food?
Yes, of course.
Only the bread.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
But-
Like, do you have an Estonian favorite food?
I don't think I do, but I really like the mashed potatoes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has this. I don't know
Yeah.
how they make it, but there's this one you buy. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the things inside. That's good. What about you?
That's really good.
I was going to say tomato, and I forgot the name in English, but this purple thing that sometimes make it like a salad. They cut it very finely and mix with yogurt and garlic. I really
Yogurt
like
and
this one.
garlic.
Yeah, beetroot. Yeah, beetroot, yogurt and garlic. I really like that one too. Yeah.
I don't know what's my Estonian favorite food.
I think I like this one.
Yeah, you know that like oatmeal is something I also discovered in Estonia. Like never eaten before. I came here just oatmeal in the morning.
Yeah.
But I have something for Estonian people. I used to do it. Like I discovered this amazing recipe, and I do it like with chocolate powder. So in the end, it's just like one big bowl of like chocolate. But you're eating oats. So you're saying, oh, well, I'm eating oats, then it's fine, but it's actually
healthy
just
and
chocolate.
not healthy. Okay, it's balancing. What about you?
I recently also started this fruit oat mixed with fruit. And then you take it with yogurt.
Yeah.
I don't try that before.
I discovered here a yogurt from Saaremaa. Like I'm not a big fan from of yogurt, but I discovered this yogurt from Saaremaa, which I don't really understand. Yeah, like what it's made of. How is it? But it's like I love it.
Yeah, I mean, yogurt, we call it in Turkey. It's a very traditional thing for us, and Saaremaa is the most closest one. But here, they're making, it's more salty and oily back in Turkey, but Saaremaa is the closest one to original yogurt, let's say.
Yeah, but like, it is like super good. I just love it. Yeah.
And what kind of food you're missing from back home?
Well. Food I'm missing from home, I think like a good pizza. Yes, but I make it myself. Like I make actually the dough in the morning and then like I roll it and do my own pizza, so that's cool. And I have to tell you guys, I love pizza with French fries on.
Yeah,
do you do the ones with pineapple?
Instagram stories.
Do you do pizza, pineapple on pizza?
No, pineapple no, but French fries on pizza, it's just like amazing.
But
like
how?
nobody trusts me. But so in Italy we call it the American pizza, like the one with French fries. But then I went to the States and I asked them, so like, is this something you do? And they were like, no, like no way we're gonna sell you pizza with French fries. But they did it just for me. So yeah, so I do pizza.
I think breakfast, because breakfast for us is a thing, you know, and
What does it mean a thing?
Yeah, because we put everything on the table: cheese, jams. We have sucuk, for example, eggs, omelets, menemen we call, salamis, olives, chai. Tea.
This like all for breakfast.
All for breakfast.
What time do you
it's
wake up in the morning?
But that's, for example, my mother wakes up at 5, 6 in the morning, and even for my dad, she prepares, maybe not that big, but she prepares something, and she prepares afterwards for us. So it's a thing for us, and
so
it
you just don't
bother.
prepare your own breakfast.
No,
you just wait for your mom.
Here, that's why. Here, I don't have time to do that, so that's why I miss mostly that one. Yeah.
I mean, for me, we do a lot of like very, heavy food back home, and I miss like my mom's food.
We all miss our
she's from the Yoruba tribe, and they usually have different foods. There's one we call efori roll. It's made with vegetables and quite a lot of meat. So, and I also miss the way she makes her own beans. I miss Nigerian jollof rice. That's. Have you tried jollof rice before?
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
Let me just give you a secret.
Okay.
We have this Nigerian jollof and Ghanaian jollof. Always go for Nigerian jollof, please.
Okay, yes. We remember. But how is it made?
It's with rice, and then made with tomato. But I think we have something that looks similar. It's just the taste that is different in most of the stores around here. So rice, tomato, has meat, has vegetables, different stuff in it, and it just tastes really good. I could show you a picture after this, and it's something you should try out.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, actually, like I think all of us, like with some friends, we just invite friends over, and like you cook your own food once, and then I cook mine and everything. Of course, I'm always the best one because
I really cook well parmigiana. Did I tell you?
Parmigiana di melanzane. Yeah. Oh, buona quella. Okay, guys, that was fun, but now we have to go on with our School of Humanities. So, of course, the only way to find out what Estonia is and how it is to come here and discover yourself. But there's also a program called Estonian Studies. Or maybe you're passionate about movies and literature, you want to learn how to analyze them, how to compare them. Well, we're going to talk about these programs and even more during the next sessions with School of Humanities. But of course, first, let's watch a video with Rando.
Yes, please. I'm very happy to meet Daniele Monticelli here, the professor of Italian Studies and Semiotics. We're in the Silva building, and Silva is also home for our School of Humanities. There's a legend around this school also that back in the 60s, when this building was being constructed, students started bringing flowers to the construction site to speed up the process. Is it a true story or is it a myth? We're not quite sure, but this is up to you to find out. Daniela, you came to Estonia years ago, and I think you can call Estonia as your second home right now. You know Estonian a bit, and can you tell us why do you think Estonia is the best destination to come to have the international experience and to actually study?
Oh yes, Estonia is a very dynamic country. It has a very, very dynamic academic environment. You can walk here in the corridors of Tallinn University and meet with people from all over the world every day and listen to very, very many different languages. And as for the university, we have very interdisciplinary programs. Our programs bring together academic research and creativity. Our programs have a very close relation with the job market, and our students have many possibilities to do their student practices during the studies here. After graduation, many of the students will stay here in Estonia and find a job in Estonian enterprises or in the public sector, and many of them also stay for a PhD in Estonia.
What kind of a role does humanitarian education have nowadays next to the fields like medicine, IT and business?
Well, if you think, for instance, to technology, so the very ultimate icon of contemporary technology, the founder of Apple, so Steve Jobs, he used to say that technology alone is not enough, but it's only technology married with the humanities that yields us the results that make our hearts sing. So that was Steve Jobs, not me. Yes, actually big companies in the field of technology are hiring more and more graduates from the humanities, not because they can program, of course, but because they are able to look at the broader picture. They think critically, they think creatively, they learn very quickly, and they adapt very quickly to new situations. But let us take medicine, for instance, and the huge role that culture has in our behavior, in the prevention and the cure of diseases. So in our multicultural society, you have patients with very different cultural backgrounds, and you have to take into account these cultural backgrounds while healing them. That's the reason why our medical institutions are hiring more and more cultural mediators, interpreters with an humanities background, because they have the competence in culture and in languages that are needed to approach in a kind of personalized way the requirements of patients. So we can say that the digital humanities and the medical humanities are at the moment two of the most quickly growing academic fields in the world.
So you've been living in Estonia for a while now, and I think you know Estonian a bit. What's your favorite sentence in Estonian?
Well, it's the first sentence of a very well-known children's book in Estonia. It's called Kevade, Spring, by Oskar Lutsu, and the sentence goes like that. Kui Arno isaga koolimaja jõudis, olid tunnid juba alanud.
Thank you.
My name is Hanna and I'm from Ukraine. Soon I will get my master's degree in Estonian studies. It is a unique program taught at MA level only here at Tallinn University. It has given me plenty of new knowledge about Estonian life and opened up many doors for me after graduation. So why did I choose Estonian studies? I had been working here in Estonia for a year as a volunteer, and I decided to stay here to improve my Estonian language and learn more about Estonian culture and life. I also wanted to get a diploma, so I would have more possibilities in Estonia. After graduation, I would like to find a job connected to my studies. And since I know Estonian language, I'm sure that it will be easier now. The Estonian Studies program was a perfect choice for me and could also be for you if you're interested in Estonia or you're living here as a foreigner. With this program, you can either start from zero or continue learning Estonian language. You can learn about Estonian history, culture and many other sides of Estonia. For example, Estonian politics and society, which focuses on how the state developed and what Estonia is known for around the world. You don't have to have any previous knowledge, just a desire and a bachelor's degree in any other field. With your future diploma, you can work in Estonia in the field of culture, economic or business relations, or you can represent the state in other countries as a diplomat. Or you can start translating Estonian literature into foreign languages. For example, the Estonian Literature Center even offers a scholarship for those students specializing in translation. So come and join us. The Estonian Studies program is a perfect starting point to become integrated into the life of Estonia.
Hippopotomos tresequipedalophobia. You know what it means? None of you? Well, it's the fear of extremely long words. But if you get to know an extremely long Estonian word is kulilenutetuneliluk. Well, if you want to know what it means, you should come and study Estonian studies with Piret.
Hello, my name is Piret Viires. I'm a professor of Estonian literature and I'm also the head of the study program Estonian Studies. So during the next 15 minutes I'm going to briefly introduce you what this program is about. First of all, it's a master's program and its duration is 2 years. And the tuition fee of this program is around 900 euros. It's a cycle studies. That means that you can study it from Thursdays to Saturdays. So it's also suitable for you if you have a job here in Estonia and you want to know more about Estonia during living here and working at the same time. The focus of this program is on Estonian language, is on Estonian history, on Estonian culture, and what's the most important thing, it's all studied in English language, but for graduation you also have the possibility to get the knowledge of Estonian language on B1 level. So now the question is, why you should choose this program? Well, the main reason is it's a unique program. There is no such kind of program anywhere in the whole world. So it focuses on both on the specifics and uniquenesses of Estonia and puts it also into this context of global culture, global world, global history. So we can say that basically it can be called as a calling card of Estonia because it's really introducing Estonians, all aspects to those who are interested in it. And the main focus group of our program is these students who don't have Estonian language as a first language. They might have some knowledge of Estonian language, but at the same time it's not compulsory to know about the Estonian language beforehand. So it's suitable for you if you have learning Estonian language and you are interested in Estonian culture and history, but your Estonian language is not so good enough that you can study in Estonian language. It's for you if you, for instance, have been studying Estonian language in other universities in the whole world. As far as I know, there are 30 universities where there are programs or possibilities to study Estonian language and culture. Or if you have a BA in any other field, then Estonian culture, Estonian humanities, but you are really interested in Estonia and you wish to know how Estonian society functions, what is unique to the culture, and also wish to develop your Estonian language skills up to intermediate level, then this program is also for you. And the last but not the least, the focus group is for them who already know Estonian language, who can read Estonian language, and at the same time they are very interested in literature, and they think that they can proceed learning more about Estonian literature, learning more about translation, and becoming translators of Estonian literature in their native languages. So these are the three main focus groups of our program. And why study with us? Of course, I mentioned already, it's the unique program in the whole world. There is no such kind of program anywhere. And of course, say you can study mathematics or economics in other universities, like in New Zealand or in United States. But if you want to study Estonian language, Estonian culture, Estonian history, the best place to do it is here in Estonia. So that's the main reason, because the most distinguished scholars of Estonian culture, history, society, and so on, you can find here in Estonia. And also all our students will be able to develop their Estonian language skills. As I said, if you know 0 in the beginning, then after you have finished your 2 years here, your level will be B1. But if your knowledge of Estonian language is better when you are admitted to this program, you can enhance your language level up to C1 or even speak like a native Estonian speaks. So that's these main reasons. So courses. What courses we are offering? First of all, in Tallinn University, we have a university-wide course that is called LIFE, Learning in Interdisciplinary Focused Environment, and it's basically a project learning course that's for the students who want to make connections between his or her discipline and also wider societal problems. But besides that, we have also a general course in humanities. That's key concepts in cultural analysis, and it provides opportunities to gain background knowledge supporting the acquiring of subject-related topics. But now these are these courses what you must learn when you really want to know what is Estonian society and culture about. These are these compulsory courses. At first you will get the course Introduction to Estonian Studies. Then there is a course about Estonian politics and society. Then there is Estonian regional studies, Estonian contemporary culture, language and society. If you look at the titles of the courses, you already know that it gives really the basic knowledge of Estonian culture and society and how it functions. But besides that, you have also a possibility to choose electives, like some courses about history, like history and memory, nationalism and transnational history. Then there are also electives about contemporary issues of Estonian society, some special course of Estonian studies, and if you are interested in literature, you will be able to learn more about Estonian literature in a course dedicated to it. And if you are interested in translation, then we are offering a course in translation of fiction. So these were electives, and besides that, of course, these language classes, you can start from A1 if you do not know anything of it, and you will finish your Estonian B1-2. But if, as I said, if you know already Estonian language, you can start from a higher level. And also there are practical courses as a research project in speciality, master seminars, and also open elective course. So these are the courses that you have to pass and learn, and it really gives a very good background for you to reach a grand final, and your grand final is master's thesis. In Estonia, we really take master's thesis very seriously. It's a real academic research, and it must be done independently. You have to research one or the other problem connected to your specialty. And in Estonia also we have a public defense. So it's really quite challenging, but as far as I can say that our master thesis have been on a good level and very interesting also for the tutors and perhaps the whole wider audience. And who are going to teach you? Here you can see some of our academic staff. You can see me. There is a Professor Marek Tamm, a Professor of History, Professor Anna Versik, Professor of Linguistics, Professor Karsten Brüggemann, Professor of History, Associate Professor Tõnis Saarts, Professor of Politology. So you can see they are really the best specialists of Estonian history, literature, language, culture, politics, and they are all here in Tallinn University. And if you come to study with us, you have really opportunity to meet them and to learn their courses. And where are students from? You already met Hanna. Hanna was the first graduate of Estonian Studies program. She graduated in 2019, but besides Hanna, we have students, Hanna was from Ukraine, but we have students from Russia, Germany, Georgia, Japan, China, Turkey, Bangladesh, Ghana, India, UK, USA, and so on. And all of them, they are really interested in Estonian culture, history, and language. That's a big thing for us as also. And I'm also proud to meet the first graduates. If you come to learn Estonian studies and you will graduate, you will have also that kind of beautiful diplomas and these beautiful flowers. And what are the career perspectives of these studies? Hanna already in her introduction mentioned some of them. We prepare our students a wide variety of jobs in economy, diplomacy, cultural export, translations, and we can say that the graduates of the program will know Estonia, speak in Estonian, are able to mediate and explain Estonian culture, history, and society, and could be called with such a beautiful name as Estonian ambassadors to the world. And also there are further study opportunities. You can continue your studies at PhD level in Estonia or any other country. We are offering also some scholarships. At first, when you are specializing on translation, Estonian Literature Center is offering a scholarship that is covering tuition fee and also some living expenses. But for that, you have to know Estonian beforehand. We have Estonian Students Fund in USA, intended for students of Estonian heritage. We have Archimedes, and we also School of Humanities is offering some scholarships based on study results. And if you are thinking what are the admission requirements, then first of all, we are waiting for a motivation letter. And also, besides that, a research proposal. It should be not short and not very long, but it's like a mini thesis proposal. We are going to conduct an interview with the candidates. It's usually via Skype or Zoom. And also these students who want to specialize on translating Estonian literature, we are also waiting a sample of translation from them. But for this specialization, for translation specialization, the prior knowledge of Estonia is required. And so, if you want to know more about this program, we have quite a lot of information on web page, also about these dates for admittance. And if this talk and also Hanna's talk have really interested you and you want to come here and know more about Estonian culture, history, language, then the thing I will say, tere, like this little girl says there, with the wolf in her lap. So, tere and welcome to Estonia.
I'd like to share some of the things you can expect from studying anthropology at Tallinn University. Anthropology is the study of cultures from a comparative perspective. Anthropologists ask questions like, are there human traits that transcend cultural difference? What are the conditions under which societies change? How do people from different contexts cope with the challenges of the contemporary world? In our MA program, we engage with these types of questions through participant observation. So, rather than speculate on people's experiences, we immerse ourselves in the context we are studying and engage directly with our subject of study. Students in our program are provided with a theoretical and methodological training to design and conduct their own participant observation research projects. We also offer students the opportunity to develop competency in filmmaking and to make a film as part of their dissertation. Our audiovisual ethnography pathway equips students with technical and conceptual skills in non-fiction filmmaking and apply these skills in an anthropological context. So come and join our cosmopolitan group of anthropologists, filmmakers and activists if you're curious about people and are looking for novel solutions to society's common problems.
Welcome back. Maybe someone can help me explain this joke. An anthropologist walks into a bar and he asks, why is this joke funny? Well, maybe our next presenter, Carlo Cubero, can help us with the answer. Over to you, Carlo.
Thank you, Michael. We can go to that bar and discuss that joke later, for sure. Hello, I'm Carlo Cubero. I'm the coordinator of the MA program in social anthropology at Tallinn University. And I will elaborate on some of the themes that we already covered in the video. So our MA program is a 2-year course. We divide the course in 4 semesters. The cost is 913 euros. However, there is a opportunity for a student fee reduction that is based on competitive results. We offer 2 tracks within our MA program. In one track, students develop their a text-based MA dissertation, and we also have a track in audiovisual ethnography. This is a course that is done in collaboration with the Baltic Film and Media School, and in this course, students develop a storytelling competency using other mediums than text. So, what is anthropology? In this increasingly interdisciplinary academic environment, it's very difficult to draw, a clear definition of different disciplines. However, the kind of anthropology that we develop in our program is one that is focused on the methodology of participant observation. So, what this means is that the kind of knowledge that is produced and analyzed in your dissertation is based on direct experience and direct contact with the context that we are studying. A second characteristic of the kind of anthropology that we develop at Tallinn University is the concept of cultural relativism. A quick definition of cultural relativism would go along the lines that it is the acknowledgement that there's a plurality, multiple worldviews, and that each world should be understood in its own terms, rather than presume some kind of universal ideal that can then be applied universally. So it's a very cosmopolitan and international environment. Our staff has developed, we have conducted our own participant observation exercises in Europe, the Caribbean, which is my field of expertise, Central Asia, India, and North America. Another characteristic of our program, obviously, is the unique opportunity to specialize in audiovisual ethnography. Our program is open to students from all disciplines. No previous knowledge of anthropology is required. However, you should understand that this is anthropology in Tallinn University is contextualized within the humanities, right? This is very different from normally in European universities, anthropology is contextualized as a social science. So we have that slight different approach there. The bulk of the course experiences in our program are seminar-centered rather than lectures. So what this means is that it's a very small and intimate setting. Students develop their projects in collaboration with themselves and in close collaboration with a supervisor. These kinds of small, intimate spaces, they encourage a very active student community. Our undergraduate students organize many events throughout the year. They've organized a non-for-profit organization that is designed to promote anthropology in Estonia. And they do many activities through that NGO. And of course, we do many social and academic events with our colleagues in the Baltics and in Finland. At all this, something that is we'd like to say and we like to encourage that it is a research-centered environment rather than a teaching-centered environment. Those of you considering to come to do your graduate course with us should understand that this is not a taught course, but it's a research-focused course. So all of the activities that we do are designed to assist you and help you complete your dissertation within the nominal time. And of course, this dissertation is part of it goes on the archive and it's our the item that we pay most attention to in the course of doing this MA. So what are the different career paths that you can consider in anthropology? The trends in the market show a growing need for analysts to have sharp thinking skills. In an increasing globalized world, you have many global corporations, for example, Google, Apple, the big Amazon. All these multinationals require, not just require, they're known for hiring many anthropologists and having anthropologists on staff. Basically, any kind of company or service that deals with people and that deals with people in different cultural, social contexts, anthropology is a very sought after skill. And we speculate that people with an anthropology degree are going to be in increasing demand in the coming years. These are a few websites. You might not be able to follow them, but in these 3 websites you find information on the top careers that people with anthropology degrees pursue. The list is very long, so I'm not going to elaborate it here, but basically any career path that has to do with people or interactions with people, anthropology is very useful. Many of our graduates from the MA program work in the private sector at the moment, or they run their own businesses. They work in the fields of, for example, stuff like tourism, education. Another batch of students have continued working in academic fields, pursuing a PhD, or pursuing other MA projects. And then the last link is a link where you can get a sense of what should your expected entry salary be when you finish your degree in anthropology. As I said at the beginning, it's a 2-year course. We think of these 2 years divided into 4 semesters. During the first semester, you MA researchers are assigned a supervisor, and the supervisor will assign guidance throughout the entire thesis writing process. In the second semester, the core activity is that researchers are supposed to write a research proposal. This research proposal is kind of like a broad description of what your fieldwork process is going to be and what's the general theoretical contextualization of your dissertation. During the summer weeks, it is expected that the MA researchers conduct their participant observation exercises. There have been some cases where people don't do their fieldwork over the summer. For example, we had one project one year that followed a political campaign in Estonia. That is, the anthropologist embedded himself in a political, a person running for parliament. And the campaigns in Estonia are not during the summer, they're in the autumn. So in this case, and we have other cases that are dissertations that are time specific. For example, dissertations that study winter. Yeah, and in this case, they are exceptions, but normally the MA researchers are expected to do a minimum of 6 weeks of fieldwork In general, they do 8 weeks, 2 months. And this standard of 2 months of doing participant observation is a standard across Europe. After doing your participant observation exercise during the summer, then you're giving 2 semesters to write your dissertation. This process of writing the dissertation is complemented by a series of courses, but most of them are seminar-driven or reading groups. And of course, essential is your collaboration with your supervisor and with your peers. These are the courses that we offer. It gives you a sense of the kind of themes that we cover in our course: cosmopolitan anthropology, debates in anthropological theory, political economy of culture, the anthropology of experience, environmental anthropology, and one of the most ambitious courses that we run is methods of ethnographic fieldwork. We also, I didn't include courses that are part of the audiovisual ethnography program, but these courses are mostly associated with filmmaking in a non-fiction context. Basically, in the audiovisual ethnography program, students develop technical and conceptual skills in ethnographic cinema or anthropological cinema. This is the core staff of the anthropology program. The first person, the handsome person there is me, Carlo. Yeah. I put underneath the specialization that we work. So I'm in the field. I work what's called visual anthropology. I make films, and I work with other materials than text when producing my research. And my regional site of expertise is the Caribbean. Eva Keskula is an economic anthropologist. She focuses on labor practices. Her current research, she's doing a comparative study of miners. That's why you see her with holding a mining helmet. Miners in Estonia and in Kazakhstan. She's currently writing a book about her participant observation experiences. Jonas Plang is a lecturer in our program. He focuses on environmental anthropology. Jonas Plang did participant observation in Canada in a fishing community. And he's currently writing his dissertation on how is it that commercial fishermen experience climate change. Maria Ermen is a lecturer in anthropology. She's also the coordinator of the BA program. Maria's participant observation was in India. She did in West Bengal. She did fieldwork in the international Hare Krishna community. And in the field, she's contextualized as an anthropologist of consciousness. This is a list of some of people that have done our program or are currently doing it. It gives you a sense of the different topics that we cover. Olga Usova, she did her participant observation exercise in Helsinki in a company that certifies your product with an eco label. So next time you go to the supermarket, you look at the milk carton or toilet paper, and you see this as an eco label on it. Olga worked with the company that did that certification. And she contextualized her work as eco-capitalism in Finland. And her dissertation is available on the ETRA if anybody wants to give it a look. Timothy Anderson is a PhD candidate in our program. Timothy lived for a year in the refugee center in Estonia. He lived there for a year, and he's currently writing his dissertation on the experiences of asylum seekers in Estonia. Jo Burgess, she's currently writing her dissertation, her MA dissertation. Jo Burgess she went back to her family farm in England. She had other ideas for her project, but the corona situation limited her possibilities of doing fieldwork. Initially, she wanted to go to California to do fieldwork in an eco community. This wasn't possible because of the corona restrictions. So she went to her old farm in southern England, where she isolated herself, and she spent all summer by herself in nature with her dog, camping. And she's writing an autoethnography about her experiences in the field. And she's contextualizing her work in the field of queer anthropology. Rayat Nayar, he did our audiovisual ethnography program. He's currently conducting a PhD in Canada. Rayat did his fieldwork in the city of Varanasi, City of Varanasi is one of the holy cities of Hinduism. It's located on the banks of the Ganges in India. In the Hindu context, to die in Varanasi and be cremated and have your ashes thrown in the river is one of the key components of the process of dying, or dying the good death and achieving nirvana. So Rajat made a film about a man that took his sick mother to the city of Varanasi, and they spent in a hospice for a week. When she died, they cremated her and they threw the ashes in the Ganges. It's a very powerful film that has made a very successful route in the film festival circuit. This is a quick list of some of the activities that we do. This image, the Riga Pasaules Film Festival. This is a documentary film festival that I curate in Riga, in the city center. You can look up Riga Pasaules Film Festival on Facebook. Our call for films is actually running at the moment. Our festival is one of the few festivals that has not gone online after Corona. We're still doing it. So if you're ever in the Baltics, come down to Riga to attend the festival. This icon here represents a project that we're running at the moment with the Estonian Beekeepers Association. We're currently writing a book that collects stories of beekeepers in Estonia. This is a project that we're using. Many of our students are actively participating in it, and this project, we hope to have it completed in 2 years' time. Sintran. This is a project that our colleague Eva Keskula collaborates with. This is a comparative project that looks at the different challenges that countries are facing as they move away from fossil fuels. Estonian Fund for Nature is an organization in Estonia that promotes conservation issues in Estonia. And our colleague Jonas Plan, he works with them, and he has the brief of the sea. So he develops many educational and makes many short films about the coasts and the sea. And the final icon there on the bottom right is the logo of the student-run anthropology NGO. The admissions requirements is a quite simple, technically simple process. We are interested, given that the core component of our course is the writing of the dissertation, the admissions requirements is we would like it if you could start thinking of your dissertation already when you apply to the program. So a very important document is your statement of research interest, and here you describe what are the general trends that you're interested in anthropology. We then ask you to write an essay that is based on assigned literature. You write it live. Here we're looking for writing skills and critical analysis skills. And finally, the third step is an interview that you do with us and the rest of the staff. So our logo, our motto is explore the human experience, and you can follow us on Facebook. This is the image of our Facebook page, so you would recognize it, right? So thank you very much, and hope to see you in Tallinn very soon.
In our everyday lives, we are surrounded by audiovisual information. In order to navigate the mediascape, we have to be well versed in understanding how audiovisual media transfers and affects messages around us. This MA in Literature, Visual Culture and Film Studies aims to show that despite the ever-changing nature of contemporary media landscape, the means of audiovisual representation have a long and established history. We know from art history that classical art was for centuries based on mythological and later religious narratives, and it is impossible to study iconographic content without the knowledge of biblical text, for example. Similarly, in a contemporary world, textual and image-based media are always intertwined and work simultaneously on the viewer and the reader. In this MA, we offer our students broad-based cross-disciplinary skills for orienting themselves in an image-saturated world and develop their ability to make connections between literature, visual culture and film. The exciting thing about the program is that it is a collaborative effort between Tallinn University and the Estonian Academy of Arts, and draws on the best possible expertise of literary and film scholars and art historians at these institutions. We are also very proud of the practical training we provide. We are collaborating with 3 major international festivals here in Tallinn, including the A-category film festival, the Black Nights Film Festival. Our students have the opportunity to work at the festivals, participate as insiders in these high-level cultural events, meet writers, artists and filmmakers, and perhaps find a path for their future career. Welcome to the program of Literature, Visual Culture and Film Studies. My grandfather was there when the Titanic sank. He shouted 3 times that it was going to sink, until they finally kicked him out of the movie theater. That was a bit unfortunate. So learn all about film and literature when you come to study this program. Now I will give the floor to Ted to learn more about the program.
Hi, my name is Ted Teinemaa. I'm a lecturer in film studies and right now acting as a curator of a program called Literature, Visual Culture and Film Studies. So in this brief discussion I'm going to explain about the program and give some of the reasons why you would like to consider applying for the program. So the program actually grows out from a student's interests. So we saw that there is an increased interest in not only literature, but in different areas of audiovisual culture. And therefore we decided that why we are teaching film, literature and visual cultures in separate institutions and in separate universities, and perhaps it is time to try to bring them together and offer students a broad-based insight into these topics and also show, importantly, the interaction between these different disciplines. So therefore it's a quite unique program. It's in collaboration between Tallinn University and Estonian Art Academy, which is another university situated here in Tallinn. And it's a joint program and you will earn a joint degree afterwards. So in this short presentation I will first offer some practical information, then talk about some of the reasons why you might be interested in the program. You can also hear about the course outline and teaching faculty, and I will finish with some information about the admission procedure. Okay, so firstly the overview of the program. So this is a 2-year program. It costs 1,000 euros per semester, and it is really kind of full-time studies from Monday to Friday. It's academically quite a challenging course. It's a research-based program, so therefore we really encourage students to study foremost during their 2 years here in Tallinn, and try to avoid as much as possible working on the side, as this might kind of affect your studies. We also award some merit-based scholarships. So these are fee waivers, either partial or full fee waivers, depending on your study results. So these are not kind of set in stone that if you get them initially, you will end up getting them, but they are on kind of semester basis decided who kind of is the strongest student right now. So why choose the program? As already emphasized, this is an interdisciplinary program between literature, visual culture and film studies. So it really brings these different disciplines together and kind of tries to tease out and explore the connections between these different disciplines. So they are not ever in isolation in our audiovisual media around us, but they are always interlinked, and so therefore this gives you really kind of not only wealth of knowledge, but in-depth knowledge into these different disciplines. And as said, it is strongly kind of met by student interest, and also we the program is not set in stone, so we really take students' feedback seriously and have changed the different courses and then always try to make them more fit for the students' requirements. So as stated, it is run in collaboration with Estonian Art Academy and Tallinn University. I myself are from Baltic Film, Media and Art School. So we have experts from different institutions, and therefore you really will be provided kind of insight and methodological and theoretical tools into these different disciplines. So another strong plus, and what we are really proud of, is our practical training. And even during these kind of perplexing times that we're experiencing right now, these practical trainings have held up quite well. So we, as there are like 3 pillars of visual culture, film studies, and literature studies in this program. So we have established connections and good working relationship with all the biggest festivals, of corresponding festivals, let's say. So the film festival is Black Nights Film Festival. It's an A-list film festival, so the only one in this region goes into the same list with Cannes and Carlo Vivari and so forth. And so the students have the opportunity there to be kind of a pre-committee, kind of select the films, some of the submissions, and act there. So this is something that Cannes and Venice do as well, and it has worked very well in our case as well. So then a big literature festival here in Estonia, Head Read, or Head Read. It's a kind of a play on word. So these, again, these festivals open opportunity for students to, talk to writers, write kind of blog pieces about them, about organizing the festival, and Estonia is small, and therefore you can get access to some really big names because they come to visit these festivals as guests. And then the art festival is usually Artichoke, but also we have good connections with kind of archival work. So as stated earlier, even during these kind of times that we are experiencing right now, people were still able to do their practice-based learning. Okay. So some other reasons. So we really have a very kind of broad and wide number of students from all around the world. I'm not going to name the countries, but really most continents are represented each year. And we feel that this kind of diversity really helps with the program as well, and the program's approach to kind of compare different cultures and then gain in-depth knowledge into kind of region-specific ways of understanding and consuming culture. So we have also really good extracurricular activities. So they're often kind of run or organized by students themselves. We have had several postgraduate conferences. Just a couple of days ago, we had a very topical conference dedicated to illness. So not just the ongoing pandemic, but the kind of the historical aspect of illness as well, how the perception has changed over the times. And this was accompanied by kind of online art exhibition. So this is a nice way to kind of explore ways of moving beyond the 4,000 word essay as well, which of course is the staple of our program, but also to bring some creativity into the program and try a different approach there. And the extracurricular activities are not only restricted to kind of conferences, and we also have like field trips, museum visits, and there have been kind of excursions of exploring the post-Soviet architecture here in Tallinn and in Narva in different places. So a variety of different things. We try to also have a pub visit every now and then, and really kind of the students are treated as colleagues, and not there's no hierarchical difference, let's say, between the students and the professors. And it's a research-based program, of course. So while we do have we are open to kind of creative ideas, you will end with a traditional dissertation, and we are very proud of the fact that we have created a kind of a research semester for researching and really putting, your exploring your interest and going in depth with a certain kind of local topic. So therefore, it of course opens, ample opportunities to continue your studies in academia on a PhD level if this is something that you are interested in doing or might consider. So already our alumni have gone to different universities around the world. Some of them are already teaching film and literature themselves. So I would say, it offers you a wealth of knowledge with a practical application. So we don't consider that humanities is, just art for art's sake, but rather that it does give you good transferable skills, kind of analytical thinking, a wide kind of understanding of the world and its complexities. Okay, so you can see the course outline here. As I stated, it's a 2-year program. During the first 3 semesters, so half a year each, you will take different courses. So these are usually kind of theoretical courses. I will show them as well. So you can see some of them. So quite broad-based theoretical courses that give you just these kind of basic tools to can then go into what you're really interested in researching. And then we can go back. As said, then one of the semester is designed for you to do research. Mostly you will only have the kind of the research seminar in order this to be not that kind of solitary experience, that you still have a chance to come together with others and discuss your ideas with your peers and professors. And also we kind of encourage the students to pick the kind of the supervisor early on, even in the end of the 3rd semester, and start to think about the topic already during the summer break, and maybe even do some advanced initial research and reading. And this really is the result why our kind of graduation rate is so high, and the level of the dissertations has been very, very strong. So yeah, we have this kind of different key concept seminars, as you can see, into cultural analysis, into critical theory, visual culture. So these also provide the course and the program with the flexibility. So in different years, they can be topically different, from dystopia to to pandemics and so forth. So to nostalgia, memory, and topics like that. So that they can offer up-to-date and these things that the professors currently are really researching themselves, are really interested in. And then we have some of the things that the kind of their content remains largely the same, like film adaptation and narratology and film analysis, again offering these tools that you would need to orient in kind of our audiovisual media. Okay, and our academic stuff here is really kind of really the best there is in the field in Estonia. Professor Eneken Laanes has just received a prestigious ERC grant, so this kind of supports my praise for my colleagues. Professor Andres Kurg from Estonian Art Academy, Professor Krista Kodres, another picture in black and white, is also from Art Academy. So looking at their, one is a researcher in Soviet history and architecture, and the other one, her interests go even further into kind of, even medieval and early kind of visual culture. So this is part of the program as well, that we think that this kind of interconnection and intertwining of different fields of culture is nothing new, but it has always been the case. As Eneken Laanes said in the introduction video, biblical text and mythological text have narratives have informed paintings, sculptures, and so forth. And so this has a long history of mixing different media. And then another picture there of a colleague of ours, a researcher, Piret Baker, who is part of another prestigious ERC grant at the moment. Okay, so on this slide you can see different career perspectives, of course, so kind of researcher, education, cultural journalism, cultural diplomatics, art curating, and literature studies. So there's a variety of different jobs or career paths that you could take outside academia. As said, of course, academic research and continuing your career in academia is a very kind of likely prospect. But also, as mentioned earlier, the transferable skills. So this, I think, is worthwhile emphasizing here, that even if you go entirely outside academia into a who knows what kind of a job, there is a good chance that this broad-based and in-depth education will guide you on the way. Okay, so how to join the program if this has sparked some interest? You will, we require from you a kind of a two-page research statement, so kind of your interest of what is that you're interested in, what you would like to study here, in particular, in addition to the classes that you are required to take. So this doesn't have to be your kind of MA or master's thesis topic yet, but of course you can change it during the program, but this is something for us to kind of familiarize with your interest. Then a writing sample can be an essay from your bachelor's program, or part of the dissertation there, a chapter, so we can see what kind of research you have done before. And then if based on these requirements, your language skill in English, as I said, it's an English-based program. So then if you're eligible, you will be invited to an interview, either via Zoom, Skype, or physically, depending on where you are located. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. I hope to see you in the program. If you have any questions, the Q&A will follow shortly.
Thank you everybody for your presentations. They were very, very interesting. And now we have the Q&A, so we have some questions. Students from home that are watching the Open Doors can write questions live. But I will start with a personal question, because I heard the word through your whole presentation, which is culture. And I remember when I started studying here, I took a course with Professor Carlo Cubero, and the first question he asked us was what is culture? And then we took a whole course trying to answer the question. And now I'm asking you, because I have the power to ask questions now, and I'm taking the power, and I'm asking you, what is culture in your specific field, and why is that important? So we can start from Estonian studies.
Okay, so the question is, what is Estonian culture?
Yeah.
Basically, perhaps the first idea is that Estonian culture consists of Estonian literature, Estonian music, Estonian film, and so on. But I will not put it so narrowly, because for my opinion, if we are thinking about the Estonian culture, it's more about the Estonian mindset. It's about how Estonians see themselves and how the Estonian environment actually constitutes everything around us. So it's when I'm thinking about Estonian culture, then it must be something about our history, of course, what is the meaning of our language, what's our nature. So it's all perhaps that really builds Estonian identity, and we can really say that Estonian culture is based on Estonian identity.
Okay, thank you. Carlo.
In anthropology,
I would say that our approach to culture is, oftentimes we exchange the word for experience. Anthropologists their work is characterized by conducting participant observation. So let's say, in my case, for example, I go to the northeastern archipelago of the Caribbean, in the northeastern Caribbean, and live there for an extended period of time. I keep visiting regularly, and my publications and my films are about my experiences there, and the time relationships that I develop with people. So if I were to offer like a technical one-sentence definition, it would be like the experience of a relationship. You know, how does a relationship work, feel, and express itself in day-to-day life? That's another very important part of anthropology. Yeah. So that would be a very quick technical answer.
Good.
Yeah, so I will continue from my colleagues' very insightful responses. So, yeah, there is a kind of a narrow definition of culture which now likely belongs to the past, that it's the best that we have to offer. Yeah, there were books, lists of great books and great films, and so eventually there were a lot of different disciplines such as post-colonial studies and you know, gender studies that started to pay attention to the fact that it's a very kind of selective list. So obviously in this program we don't consider culture to be that narrow, that it's just the best that we can offer as humans. But it is more to do with experience. It's culture is acting through you. You are part of culture, whether you realize it or not. It has certain patterns. It can be studied, and it reveals a lot about a kind of a nation, a nationality, you know, a group of people, a subculture, so forth. So there are reasons why certain culture groups kind of separate themselves so that they read the signals of culture, and they maybe don't want to abide by the more general perception of culture.
Okay, thank you. So another question, which is, so you're a head of programs, and why are you so passionate about your program? What is your mission there?
Well, my mission is to put it very briefly, I want to make Estonia bigger.
That's cool.
Yes, that's because, you know, there is only 1 million Israeli people who speak Estonian as their mother tongue. But actually, I believe that when we have more students and who know actually this Estonian mindset, Estonian culture, we will make Estonian bigger.
Yeah, it's like Estonia has a lot to give.
Yes.
And okay, nice.
I would start by saying that anthropology offers a vocabulary and a set of principles to describe a relationship. In doing so, by describing a relationship, either it's between two people or a more collective relationship, in this process of describing it and understanding it and you bring attention to it, and you're capable of highlighting qualities that we take for granted, that we don't think about often.
Yeah.
And by bringing attention to these items, we can make the world a better place. The role of anthropology is not just to describe the world, but to change it.
Wow, huge ambitions here. What about you?
Right, so why are we proud and ambitious, interested in our program? I guess to some extent our students and professors are like cultural, addicted to culture, we could say, so that one discipline is not enough, and that they are interested in different fields and their connection between them. But I think we could bring maybe a parallel with something like Morpheus and Neo's dialogue from the film Matrix, that in one point when Neo enters the real world, he asks why my eyes hurt, and then Morpheus replies that you have never used them before. So the thing here is that I don't know if we can have quite the same impact on our students, but we do provide you kind of new pair of lenses and new vision, that you start to see films, read novels differently, and you when you have a kind of a larger readership, you know, you're quite familiar with the field of culture, you start to see the subtle connections, the kind of hints and plays and homages that texts play with one another. And eventually it's about, you know, enriching your life. I mean, yeah, you can be in a really big company, but will you have these good conversations? And that's something as well, you know, to experience life to its fullest, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. So we have a question from the students. What's the hardest course of your program, or the course that students struggle the most with? Who wants to start? Who knows that?
I can start by saying just that I think that if a course is hard, then it's there's something wrong with it. So that's usually, I would think, that if it's hard in a kind of a bad way, that it's difficult to get through. So I would say that there's, you know, the professor needs to kind of read students' feedback.
What's hard in the good way?
Hard in the good way is where you put in a lot of kind of work. You know, you really do some reading, and of course, I mean, it's, you know, we can all turn on Netflix, and I'm not kind of contrasting Netflix with reading academic texts, but the point is that there's always something else to do. But if you really take the time, and after these years, the 2 years you have done, and you look back to it at some point, you think, you know, it was worthwhile. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I kind of had this maybe more, you know, demanding phase in my life, that I am kind of a different person because of that.
Yeah, I can confirm that. So?
Okay, perhaps I will not select one course that is challenging, but I think that the most challenging is writing this MA thesis. Writing the MA thesis, and also that means that the MA seminar that supports writing the thesis. I don't know if it's in your programs also, but during our course we are writing chapter after chapter. So at first try write academic English. It's quite challenging, and then to think academically, that you have to prove all your arguments, you have to reference all your arguments, that it's a totally different way of thinking that you're doing it every day. Even if you have perfect speaking like this colloquial English, it's really challenge to write academic English, that the final result would be perfect. So I think that's the thing that the students are struggling most.
That's nice, because I'm gonna take this course in this semester. Thank you. Now, like, I feel better about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dissertation, I think, is definitely the most challenging part of the project. And I think it's not because the dissertation is special or peculiar, it's that writing is difficult, like Piret was saying. Writing, a phrase that I say sometimes to students, I say, I've been doing this for 15 years, and trust me, it doesn't get easier. Writing is difficult for any of us, even and you know, it is, and it takes some time to develop that skill, to develop the habits, the discipline. It's a new practice. I compare it with physical exercises, like long distance running. Yeah. You know, the more you do it, the better you get at it. But it's still physically very, very, very demanding. So I would say that, yeah, writing the dissertation is and also it's not just it's technically challenging, but because it's the most important component of the course, of the whole MA, a lot of emotions go in, a lot of attention goes into it. So we worry about that, you know, and so that makes it. In terms of, I was meeting with a former student of ours over the weekend, and I didn't ask him, but I think his wife was thinking of coming to Tallinn University. I was encouraging her to do so. And he said, well, you know, in anthropology, there's this class called ethnographic readings, where you have to read a whole book a week. And that's, you know, just be aware of that. It's a graduate course. These 3 courses, it's a graduate course. So there is a lot of reading. So if you don't come to the program already with a habit on reading, well, you're going to develop it when you come here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, last question. What are you looking for in students, both during the application process and during the semesters? What are you searching for in them? What
we search for in the application process, well, throughout the process, I think the most important quality for success in our program that I can think of right now, next week I'll say something different, is motivation.
We're going to do an open doors also next week so that you can...
Okay, good, I can correct myself. Motivation. It is a difficult course. It takes a big part of your time. And especially if you've been out of school for a while, let's say you finish your BA, you take 1 or 2 years break, and you come back. These are habits, new habits to develop. So I would say motivation is very important thing to maintain. Curiosity, right, an open mind, and what we in terms of the application process, what we're looking for is we are a very small program, and we are developing a very specific strand of anthropology. So we're looking for people that fit our profile. So anybody's interested in studying anthropology that is looking at us online, I would recommend that you go through the staff pages, look us up, Google our names, have a look at some of the topics that we, and start getting an idea of that. Look at our course list and start getting an idea of the kind of stuff that we work on, the keywords that we use. And if that resonates with you, then apply, and you should be successful in your application.
Nice. What about Estonian studies?
Okay, of course motivation is the most important aspect, but besides that, in Estonian studies case it is also important that people have learned languages, that they have some kind of habit learning foreign languages, because Estonian language is quite hard to learn, but say when you come from US or some UK, that besides English you have learned some other language as well, say German, French or whatever, but learning languages is a good aspect that we are looking for. So.
Yeah. What about that?
Yeah, because I would just say that the languages are kind of this, they're like key. They provide access to these different cultures that we are so interested in. But yeah, I would continue with this kind of motivation, and I think as you rightly kind of hinted, that behind the motivation you have to have curiosity or interest. So this is, I think, what we would like to see in a student, that they are actually interested in something in the audiovisual or text-based media that you know, talks to them and sparks their interest, and that they are willing to kind of spend time to kind of look into it in more depth in a kind of academic manner. It's, you know, creatively done still, that it's interesting enough to kind of pay attention to it. And also, I think, coming back maybe to the last question as well, that this writing and reading, they are skills. And so, as Carla said, you know, like training your body or something like that, it's a skill, and you will get better at it. I think it was Goethe who said that he, you know, learned to read in his 60s or 70s, so that it takes some time, but this is also something that is motivating, that you can break the thesis down to smaller chunks. If you learn how to write, then you understand the texts and different parts of text. They do different types of work, so they have different functions. So it's not that I have to write 70 pages at one go, but they are like little pieces that, like, you know, on a chessboard, that do different types of moves.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it was like an interesting chat. And now it's the turn of the School of Educational Sciences. We're gonna meet with two wonderful students, Alina and Salome, but of course, first, let's watch a video with Rando.
Space. Do we really teach how to do spaceships in Tallinn University? Maybe, so let's find out. Hello, Professor Topiasli.
Oh, hello. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Now I get it, we're in the field of education innovators, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. So as you probably know, Estonia is very well known for its very high-level educational system, and here in Tallinn University we're trying to make this even better and innovate education further.
Yeah, I think everyone in Tallinn University is really proud of that title in Estonia overall. Can you tell us what is this room where we're in, and what exactly do you do here?
Yeah, so here in this room we are giving some space where we can try out and experiment with new teaching and learning methods. For example, using robots in the classroom to learn mathematics, using sensors to study natural science phenomena. And this room is specially set up in such a way that we can also do research on these kinds of learning scenarios. So for example, we can put students around the table, they can work together, and we can study how they are actually collaborating and how they are learning at the same time. So that's what's basically happening in this room.
How does the innovation in education at Tallinn University work? What exactly are we doing, and how does it all really come together?
So we are putting a lot of emphasis here on co-creation. It means we are actually developing these new learning scenarios with the teachers, teachers at Tallinn University, but also teachers at the schools together. And that is why, besides this room here, we also have another room that is just adjacent, where we can, bring together different stakeholders, teachers, researchers, didactics, and others, students, of course, of Tallinn University, to create those scenarios together, and then come to this room here and actually, try it out with real students and see how they are doing.
What are some of the great examples of our kind of co-working together with high schools and kindergarten?
Yeah, we have worked together now with, in the past 2 or 3 years, we have worked together with over 200 schools in Estonia. 500 teachers have been involved, thousands of students. We have brought sensors, mobile technology into natural science education, where the students are going outside, taking measurements, for example, from the natural environment. We have done a very big project with using robots in schools. We have created digital learning resources for mathematics teaching, so that they are interactive, so that students can use them by themselves, get feedback automatically. So these are some of the examples we have already piloted in the schools in Estonia.
Is there any project specific that you're really proud of yourself, or something that you really want to raise up?
Yeah, I think especially I'm proud of the fact that we are not sticking just to the research here, and we are not just doing these things in our lab, but we have actually gone out and actually implemented many of these things in the schools with the teachers together, activating the teachers, having very highly motivated teachers. And that's especially what I'm proud of, because there is still such a big gap usually between the research and what's then actually happening in practice.
We talked about high school students and kindergarten students participating in these projects. Do we also let our university students take part, and how does that really work?
Yeah. So at the moment we are putting a special emphasis on the teacher education students, which are becoming teachers. They are studying in all the faculties of Tallinn University. So they are using this space also to try out new things, to get a first contact with the real world students. But we have also seen now some interesting examples where we are also moving some of the university studies here. For example, if you want to understand how artificial intelligence, AI, will impact our work, then you can try out here with some robots and some AI and some robots who can recognize certain things on the floor. You can start programming those AI robots, and you can experience by yourself how AI will change our learning and society.
Great, thank you.
Welcome back. My next presenters are here with me, and they will be introducing themselves.
Hi, I'm Alina Kolyada, and I'm from Ukraine.
Hello, I'm Salme Khurtsidze from Georgia.
And you're studying?
Educational innovation and leadership.
Great. So we're going to be seeing a video about educational innovation and leadership, so that you can get a better understanding of the course.
Applying to Tallinn University wasn't just a coincidence. I chose Tallinn University in Estonia. The way the education system in Estonia has become one of the best in the world is truly inspiring for a young educational entrepreneur like me. Estonian schools and students have outperformed many developed countries And Tallinn University, with 100 years of experience in teacher training, is the central institute for teacher education in Estonia. I decided to change my career from engineering to education with a dream to contribute to my country's education. I was looking for a place where I could learn from the best, and Tallinn University turned out to be my plan A. Our course program is comprehensive and well developed. We are studying different aspects of educational policy making to bring innovation to schools. It's also a truly international studying environment where no more than 2 students share the same country of origin. Everyone in the group has innovative and out-of-the-box ideas to offer to the most complicated and challenging problem that the education sector is facing all around the world. This diversity leads us to broaden our perspective, and on top of that, we have the finest lecturers who are making sure that the students take best of Estonia's remarkable education system back to their countries. If you are interested in education innovation and believe that the most powerful weapon for changing the world is education, then this program really is the one and only place to become an expert in education innovation and leadership. I even won't have to recommend you to join our program. I am pretty sure that you will end up in School of Educational Sciences in Tallinna University either way.
Yes, as I mentioned, so we are second-year students of Master Program Educational Innovation and Leadership. Today we are going to tell you more about the program, our experiences, and answer your questions. Education Innovation and Leadership Program is one of the new programs at Tallinn University. It is fully in English and it's all about education. Why educational innovation and leadership? Well, because of Estonian education that is ranked top in Europe. According to PISA 2018, Estonian students are ranked first among European countries. To be mentioned that PISA is a program for international student assessment, and it measures students' knowledge and skills in reading, mathematics, and science to meet real-life challenges. Thus, the program offers a great opportunity to learn about the Estonian education system, what makes it successful, and you are sure to visit different schools and observe, learn, investigate, and analyze their innovations and get ideas for your projects. Since the program is totally in English, you are sure to have international group. For example, we are from 8 countries, and this is an absolute benefit for your personal and professional development. You learn about your students' countries, their educational experiences. You share yours and make friends around the world. Academic staff at the university are real professionals and they're in their spheres, and they're absolutely passionate about what they do. It's common practice to have visiting lecturers from other universities. For example, we have had professors from Oxford University, the University of Twente, and the Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences. The university program offers focus on innovation, research, and leadership. And you have people who are interested in the same areas, and they're eager to develop and to learn more.
So generally, I should say that our program is divided into 4 semesters. It lasts for 2 years. And of course, the first semester is quite intense. And I will shortly introduce you just our main modules and our main courses. Generally, it's divided into kind of 3 directions. And the first is educational innovation. And here you see the different courses. For example, learning and development, which emphasizes what is the cognitive functioning and what is the role in the education generally. Also, you see global educational change, and where we could also discuss theoretically what are the different perspectives of global perspectives generally in the education. You also see innovation in school and classroom. And in this program, we were able to understand what is the physical innovation really taking place in Estonian schools and educational institutions. We could also take the course of teacher professional development, and we could really got the understanding of the whole process of teacher profession, and also learning and group identity, where we could understand what is the adult learning, what is lifelong learning, how this learner and group identity can be formed, and what kind of perspectives we have in the general education. For the second direction, we have research and analytics. The first of all, the quite hard and the useful subject is research methods, and the second subject is educational technology and learning analytics, which really emphasizes how to use educational technology, how to collect the evidence and the data in the innovation, and actually how can we improve the teaching and the learning process. And the third direction is already leadership and management. Here the courses of leadership, culture, innovation in leadership, and generally these policies are quite emphasized, and we can really get the understanding how the leadership works, how the teacher professional leadership also works, what is the future school. Also, I would like to emphasize and speak about a little bit about my personal study experience and why I chose this program and what kind of challenges and progresses are there. First of all, I can say that in Georgia, I have graduated from Education Administration Master's Program, and I just wanted to deepen my knowledge and to explore the new practices and to see like much broader horizon. So there were several reasons why I'm happy to choose this program at Tallinn University. First of all, these courses and the lecturers gave us the solid knowledge. I also gained much more understanding. I also gained the network of my group mates. And I can say that on a personal level and on the educational level, I really got much more experience. For example, my self-management, also life skills generally, we are quite increased. As for the challenges, these challenges are really connected with generally relocation, like moving to the new city. So in this way, I cannot say that there is not like a really big difficulty, like connected with the learning, but rather than with the like location and just, for instance, finding a new accommodation. And all of these challenges mostly are like quickly really resolved by the students just in 1 month.
As you might have understood, the program is for those who really bother about education and who are interested in this sphere. And if you are interested in policy making, in becoming a better teacher, educator, work with people and on different projects, so the program is for you. Because during the studies, we not only visit schools, but also different startup companies and other organizations to see what can be implemented in education as well. We analyze them and work. Environment is really important, and also it's very important what I have found that teachers are really supporting and you really have so much space for your personal development and investigate your topic and get inspired by different ideas for research. And for me it was really great to have informal meetings with our lecturers and having informal settings, and it really every class and every lesson, every course proves that there are so much things that can be done in education, and it can be transformed to really and truly unbelievable ways.
And here just shortly we are going to present you when we were asked like what kind of keywords, like how can you describe, and our students, our group mates, we are describing our program. Just shortly, just the keywords like connecting with the education. And here you see, like first of all it is mentioned the knowledge sharing, also supportive environment, solutions, leadership, policy making, and all of them is really connected with development and improvement. And shortly we are also presenting you the video which we made in the first semester and which depicts our group.
Different. We came from various corners of the world. Hi, my name is Alina and I'm from Ukraine.
Hello, I'm Salome from Georgia.
Hi, I'm Hatago from Namibia.
Hi, I'm Salome from Georgia.
Hi, I'm Aisha from Bangladesh.
I'm Oksana from Ukraine.
Hi, my name is Gregorio and I'm from Mexico.
When you spin the globe with the finger, you'll most likely trace all our home countries. But Tallinn University unites us. Us? Yes! We're not divided into she, he, you. We're EDINA group. Educational Innovation and Leadership Group. We like to think about it. Talk about it, rethink it, design it, talk about it some more, reflect on it, then play with it, and above all, innovate it. We want to change all stereotypes about education. We want to inspire people with education. We want to turn this world upside down. We came here to soak up new experience and knowledge. We're glad to be given with all needed study materials and equipment. We're glad to be a part of Tallinn University. We are glad to be Educational Innovation and Leadership Group.
That was a very cool presentation, and welcome to our dormitory. What do you think about it?
It looks quite innovative as well.
Yes, so this is the more relaxed environment where we just get to talk and have fun with each other. So I'll just hit the ground running. Basically, I know you're from you're from Ukraine and you are from Georgia. Why did you decide to come and study here in Estonia?
Like, firstly, for me, the education was like the really, really big value. And since the education which I received in Georgia, I just wanted to expand it more and to see, okay, what's more there? Like, what's the European perspective? What's Estonian perspective? And I also knew that Estonia is a front runner in education, and I really wanted to get to know, like, inside secrets, what's going on in Estonia, so that how they became so successful.
Yeah, actually, it coincides with Salome's idea about education. But also, when I was studying at my bachelor university, I also heard all the time like Estonian system, Estonian universities, and I started looking for programs. And this program was the only one I applied, and I have never applied for any other programs. And I have never regretted my choice that I am here and I studied this program.
That's really awesome. So when you're done with your studies, in what areas of the society can you work? Do you have to mainly become a teacher, or what else can you do?
Teacher, like teaching is one of the profession, also principal. Another way is to like go deeper into research, and for instance, I really want to like go through to PhD career. So also anyone can also go to like NGO sphere, like the third sector, where you can really explore education and society and connection there. So I think like we don't have this like box. You can really think about like how in an innovative way you can expand your career and just think through.
Okay. Right now we had the pandemic happen, and due to that, you know, a lot had to change when it comes to contact lectures. So how have you been seeing the online lectures, and what are the ways you think are the innovative ways that the world can move on from this point?
Well, as all the universities and courses, we moved online, and we had our lectures and seminars in different online platforms. And this gives you opportunity also to work with materials and investigate how can be changed. For us, online environment was also effective, and we worked a lot. And importantly, it's to keep informality sometimes. In our group, for example, we had many informal meetings, Zoom parties, so to keep atmosphere friendliness.
Zoom parties. How does the Zoom? Do you guys have like a DJ also doing his thing? And how does it work?
Yeah, so you have some music as well, and you prepare games, different like question rounds. What would you do if something unexpected, funny, like what would you do if you become a worm, for example? Like you start brainstorming and having so much fun together.
Wow, that sounds like...
like this online communication is really like also hard, but you have to like build it. So this pandemic really shows that, we have to become digital, and of course we should not like, we should become also innovative and just really like think through like how can we get.
Okay, so basically in the real world, like you mentioned, that you become a teacher, and that's basically you becoming a groomer. So I guess that is where it applies basically in the real world. So do you have to work in a school, or you can work in ministries, help to with policy shaping and other things? What are those things that you can put?
I got a question. Yeah, actually, basically any sphere, so both ministries and schools. The program is really new, and a lot of things we studied there new as well. And you cannot say that you graduate and you become a teacher of this. No, and you know, in modern world, there are not going to be the professions existing now. So they're going to change. They're going to change the names and responsibilities. So basically, what you are able to do with the skills and knowledge you gain during the program is to go in educational sector and work there by analyzing what is done and what can be improved and what it means to make a change, because we're really focused on leadership and change making, and everyone knows that making a change is never easy. So
yeah, I'll just add this, like policy making is, and leadership generally, and innovation and change management is one of the core courses here at our program. So as you said, like working in the ministries, yes, it's possible, like policy consultant, let's say. So not only on the teaching and school level, but a little bit higher level as well.
So what would be one advice you give to the future applicants?
Work, study, and also be resilient. Take care of mental health, and also make sure that the first semester, as already mentioned, is quite intense, quite hard. So just embrace this thing, be really hardworking and go through it.
Yeah, and think what you want to do.
Yeah, what's the goal?
What's your goal? What's your vision? Don't apply if you don't really know what's going on in education. You really are not passionate about that. If you're passionate, then it's truly for you. Then you will find so much space for everything.
Okay, this is my final question, and just one answer is needed. We have two superpowers between invisibility and flying. Which one would you choose?
I would fly.
You would fly? What
fly.
All of you want to fly. I want to be invisible. Anyways, moving forward, I think we're still going to have a Zoom party after this, but we're still going to think about that. But thank you so much for this. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, moving forward, we're going to watch a video from Rando, who's going to take us on another campus store. See you after the video.
Hello, Rando.
Hey, Rando. We're here in the epicenter of your research in the field of biopolymer chemistry.
That's correct.
Amazing. Can you tell us what interesting projects are happening here currently?
Well, yes, this is the lab of biopolymer chemistry, and it actually involves 9 slightly different labs. So we are dealing with many different things here. So you can see many biomasses here, and we are trying to look what we can get inside from these biomasses, what kind of high-value products we can get from the seaweeds, from mushrooms, from mussels, shrimps. And this is a very amazing area because, for example, from these seaweeds we can actually get this red pigment that could be used in cosmetics. And actually we also develop cosmetic products here.
Like lipstick?
Like lipsticks, actually, that the color fits perfect for that.
Is there any other discoveries that you're really, really proud of here?
Yes, actually I can show you one of my greatest discovery. Well, this is just a glue, household glue that has been used in Japan for centuries. So normal glue, you can see it's like a bit viscose solutions. And 10 years ago I discovered that when we add small amount of salt, so this is salt, when we add the salty water inside here and give it a good mix like that, then within minutes this solution actually becomes solid. It can form a gel, so it takes just a bit time, but it opens for large area of different applications for this polysaccharide. So you can see it's not solid. It is solid now, so it's not liquid anymore. So this was I consider this my greatest discovery, but I still believe that my greatest discoveries are yet to come.
That's good too. Do you also involve students in your projects?
Yes, we always try to combine teaching and science, and besides PhD students, also master and bachelor students work here to just obtain data for their final thesis. So we can say like the students are highly involved here, and there is always a place for a motivated student here.
That's great to know. I also heard that you held the COVID research recently. So tell us, how far are we with the cure for the virus?
Yeah. Actually, there is an ongoing study related to COVID, and this started just a few months ago. We don't have much results yet, but we expect them by the summer. In this study, we actually don't try to look for the cure, but instead we try to prevent the spread of coronavirus. So we can use some beneficial compounds, insert these to like hand sanitizers, nasal sprays, and things like that, and we hope that these inhibit the coronavirus and prevent the spread of this disease.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Hi, my name is Signe, and I'm going to tell you all about the Well-being and Health Behavior Master's Program. This entirely new innovative study program is the first English-taught master's program in the School of Natural Sciences and Health. The duration of studies is 2 years. During that time, you can develop your skills in many aspects of well-being and health behavior. This program focuses on 4 main areas: social, economic, emotional, and physical well-being, theories of concept of health behavior and health promotion, social, political, and psychological strategies, and last but not least, research methods. The study program is directed towards a non-medical approach of health. Lifestyle, attitude, work capacity, environment, personality, habits, ethics, and so much more. As you can imagine, the studies take place in a multicultural environment, with students and professors from all over the world. Our graduates will find employment in a variety of fields, such as education, health services, healthcare organizations, and so on. So take a look at our program and decide for yourself.
I have Sirje and Karal next to me. Sirje is the head of the program, and Karal is one of the PhD student of the program. So welcome, first of all. I have some questions for you, and I would like to start with you, Sirje. What is the program about, and whom we are expecting to apply?
So as you already saw from a video, this is our quite brand new master program. And it focuses on well-being and health behavior issues. We just have the first group who is starting next week. And the program, because well-being is an increasing issue in the world widely, and we might say that during the pandemic we have right now, there is all the time the balance what might be the restrictions and how it affects people's well-being. So what we are trying to teach here is the basic concepts of well-being, the theories, philosophy, but also the most important is how to measure well-being. So if we cannot measure the issue, we do not know anything about the issue. And of course, research method was mentioned there, but also how to think about well-being issues in different settings. Kindergartens, during elderly, in urban environment, etc. And of course, we are talking about interventions, evidence-based interventions, and how to carry out those things in well-being and health promotion field.
Okay, sounds very exciting and interesting, actually. And I would like to ask you, as a student, why should we study this program at university level?
well, the science of well-being is a rather complex field of study, and it's integrating many disciplines. And broadly saying, well-being can be predicted by our genes, by our life circumstances, and our life choices and behaviors. And these things are definitely not easy to understand and measure, as Sirje said, and also not easy to bring into practice. Therefore, we need interdisciplinary and evidence-based approaches where university studies are, of course, essential.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the easy reasoning.
Yeah, what are your plans? What are the career options?
There are, of course, several ways, but for me, I am right now a PhD student in our university. We have also similar kind of PhD program, which could be one option after students graduate from the master's program. In PhD program, you can, of course, carry out your own research in well-being or health sciences. Maybe in the future also apply for the job positions in the universities. But other than that, of course, there are career options in variety of sectors, such as institutions who are providing health and wellness services, organizations who are planning, implementing, and evaluating community-based interventions and also preparing policies. There are also NGOs dedicated for many aspects of well-being. And last but not least, there is HR positions in the private sector where motivating employees, engaging employees, and raising their performance levels are all essential. And there is also in many companies there is also new kind of manager position. Yeah, like especially in many tech companies, which is called Chief Happiness Officer. So CHO, and practically this position is responsible for the evidence-based planning of employees' health and well-being.
Actually, I was going to ask similar things. Because when I was listening the program, I thought that maybe the career option would be also life coach. Would it be possible also, like life coach, because it's like a philosophy, motivation?
It depends. I might say that the coaching and counseling competencies are slightly different. In this study program, we focus more on maybe population-based interventions, because we do not really offer the counseling techniques and so on, but rather, yes, in national level, in local level, in institution level.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's but it's still connected within the field, but it's not necessarily the coaching path that's in the focus.
Okay. What are the admission requirements then?
Of course, the applicant should have bachelor degree, and it's not a really open study program, but the applicant should have some kind of experience with empirical research. So it means that they can come from natural sciences, from social sciences, from educational sciences, from business and administration sciences. So maybe art is not really, but gives a good background to start. But yeah, and the applicant should know English at least in B2 level, as it is everywhere. And they should write a motivation letter where they can also describe what are their specific expectations or specific field what they want to study. And basically, motivation letter, application, and after that there will be the admission interview, probably via Zoom, as we all do nowadays.
And then let's come to this point, like online lessons. As a student, I would like to ask, how was it for you? Did you get any online lessons?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, in doctoral studies, there are not that many particular courses, but still some. And my experience has been quite small groups. So it's working actually quite well, and especially this last fall semester, because we had the experience from the spring already, and some new methods came up, and in some ways I would say it's even increased productivity maybe.
Okay, and I will ask one last question to you, and I will say goodbye. What was the most challenging lesson for you?
You mean
the lecture, or what was the challenging point during the studies?
The studies are still ongoing for me, but it's probably the main focus, and because of that, most of the difficulties are around my research project and the actual empirical research. So, and this is where the most of the focus should be, and this is also important part, as I know, in the master's program.
Okay, thank you so much for your participation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we will watch the further video. And now I have another guest with me, Sille. She's student counselor and specialist. Welcome also.
Thank you.
So let's continue with the questions. I will turn to you again, and I would like to ask that who are the academic staff in this program?
Because our institute, School of Natural Sciences and Health, is having different fields. We also have staff from different fields. I mean, from psychology, from natural sciences, from social sciences. Even, for example, our vice rector in sustainable development will have one course. The candidate of rector, we have the elections right now. Tõnuvik has promised to have one course about philosophy of well-being. And there are many other professors. Quite famous is also Christian Port, who is a member or leader of Estonian Committee of Sports and Doping and issues like that. So ethical things are also. We have also practitioners from outside. In Estonia, there is an Institute for Health Development, and we already have a good cooperation with them. So we are planning to bring in also practitioners.
Very strong. Okay. And what about the international students from mostly which country they apply to this program?
Currently, we have students from Europe, Estonia, of course, and Nigeria, Pakistan, Turkey, so quite an international group. And we're expecting everyone to apply, so we expect people from all over the world.
Okay, and I would like to go back to online period that we had. How was the feedback from students?
In my experience, it was quite good. They were very pleased, but of course there were some connectivity issues and maybe someone had to work at that time. So overall, I'd say it was very positive.
That's nice. Also, my experience was very nice. And one last question, maybe, what will be your tips to the future students?
Tips for future students: be open, be proactive, ask if you don't know, and think positively and think widely.
Yes, I'd also like to add that do some research and maybe figure out what you want to do within the program, which field you want to research and what really interests you.
Okay, thank you for your answers, all the information that you provided. So I think it was the end of the Q&A session.
Okay. Did a good job.
Thank
Now
you.
you have to come with us.
Thank you.
Scully.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Sorry.
Take
Let's go here.
Our little Scully friend.
Scully is mine though. We created like a special connection the other day, and now it's mine. So guys, that's finished. Sadly, the Open Doors Week. Can we start over again?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sad because yesterday I wasn't here and I was at home. I was feeling like something is missing. Adrenaline is missing.
Yeah. And of course, we hope that you also enjoy the Open Doors Week from home. We remind you, if you want to apply now because it's very important. You have a lot of documents, a lot of things to do. So just click on the website, go to your program and apply. And if you have any questions about the programs and everything, you can of course
always send us an email to admissions@tlu.ee or follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and
LinkedIn also, and LinkedIn, every social network possible.
Follow us, ask questions to us. So
of course.
And I guess they can also find us on the ambassador.
I am
page.
ambassador. I am YouTuber. I am
exactly. We're everything. Of course, thank you very much to all of you here, the directors, the crew, stage managers, everybody. Thank you very much. And thank you, Scully. Thank you to these amazing settings.
And the voice in our ears.
The voice in our ears that helped us to go through the whole week. Okay, so we
one last time. We are expecting you to see in the next year. Yes.
We will see each other in Tallinna, right?
And
goodbye.
Ciao. Yeah, finally.
Oh my God.
You should complete this.
Yes. Actually, we never played that one.
I did play.
Okay, I got this.
Take it, okay.
No, don't hold it. That's how it goes. I got here.
Okay. Fast? Can you?
Faster. Let's go.
I will be very.
It's your turn.
I was falling faster.
Okay.
Faster.
No.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, I have it.
Go.
I have it. Yes.
Nice.
I do.
Go.
Oh my God.
Wait, Scully has to be here.
No. Wait.
Go.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's alright.